Hello, Miami. This is 305 Sports Now, your home podcast and channel for all things Miami sports related. I am Will. Air raid has come to the University of Miami once again. Miami is going air raid offense. If you haven't heard the news yet, the Miami Hurricanes have selected and hired former offensive coordinator out of the University of Houston, Mr. Shannon Dawson. Mr. Shannon Dawson comes from a line of air raid offensive coaches like Hal Mummy and Dana Holgerson, who was the head coach over at West Virginia and is now the head coach over at Houston, who has a prolific passing game. And the one conducting it was Shannon Dawson. I mean, Shannon Dawson comes in and must have blown Mario away because Mario Cristobal is not known for hiring guys that that partake in basically an extreme amount of passing within their offense. Usually likes a more balanced approach to his offense, but I guess he blew him away. I guess he's going to bring a more of a balanced approach, despite the fact that he's known for being a pass happy coordinator, as his most air raid coaches are. Okay, but this is great. All right, this shows that Mario Cristobal can think outside the box, is open to different ideas, and you can kind of make an air rated ish type of offense, where which you can, have a nice prolific passing game, but also implement some good in the trenches smash mouth running, which I think we will have, because we did get guys like Travante Citizen and Mark Fletcher for a reason. Those are the guys that can get you the tough yards, but also be utilizing the passing game as well. I am extremely excited. Okay, I know that this hire is something that looks nice on paper. Let's wait for it to pan out. I was excited last year when we picked up Josh Gaddis, and we know how that turned out in particular. Okay, almost thought about starting a hashtag called Josh Gaddis bothers me, but can't bother anymore because he is gone, and now we have a new guy. But this guy is much more proven in terms of his tenure and longevity and play calling. So this is a good thing as well. But I want to give you an idea of what we're getting as far as an offense run by Shannon Dawson goes. Okay, this is from the Miami Herald. 3 seasons, all right, 3 seasons at Houston play calling. Okay, alongside Dana Holgerson, but play calling. Houston ranked 13th in the country, all right, with passing touchdowns of 87 passing touchdowns and over 10,008 yards through the air. Okay, again, we're going with air raid numbers here. 10,008 yards through the air, and you have 87 passing touchdowns in 3 years. Okay, Cougar quarterback Clayton Thune had a magnificent year with 40 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, averaging 313 yards per game as the Houston quarterback. This is a much higher step up, because last year's Canes under Josh Gaddis, okay, in 2022, the Canes ranked 96 of 131 in rushing offense. They were 60th in passing offense with 239 yards per game, and they only averaged about 23.6 per game, 23.6 points per game. But I'm going to sad on you a little bit more, but one of the main reasons why these numbers were even that high is because Bethune, okay? Bethune-Cookman game, the Canes scored 10 touchdowns, okay? That's pretty much where you got most of your high numbers. That's it, the Bethune game, all right? So these numbers should be actually worse, okay? The Miami Hurricanes offensively should have been much worse than what this paper is telling you, because the bottom line is that the offense was just flat out bad. Okay, so what emphasis does Shannon Dawson bring to the table? Number one, he brings a plethora of coaching experience, okay? He was the OC, as well over at Southern Miss for 3 seasons. He coached over at Kentucky as well. Was with Dana Holgerson in West Virginia and also in Houston as well. Okay, so he has a lot of experience as far as the coaching rank goes. He's been around, an up-and-comer, 45 years old as well. So that's something that is good. He's overseen the success of guys like Geno Smith and Tavon Austin. That's something that that can make Canes fans very happy, because both guys are playing really well at a high level in the National Football League. We know that West Virginia offense under Geno Smith was basically one of the most dominant offenses of that season when Tavon Austin and Geno Smith were together as well. So those are things to look forward to. One thing I know that we will see is that we will see a much greater emphasis though on the line of scrimmage. You have a bunch of 300-pound offensive linemen. So I do believe that when time comes to it, when you need that tough yard, we will be handing the ball off to our running backs, guys like Parrish, guys like Citizen, Cheney, okay, as well. Mark Fletcher, as well, Christopher Johnson. Okay, these are guys that are going to be toting the rock as well. They'll also be involved in the passing game. Okay, so remember, from air raid offenses, the whole premise behind that offense is to make sure you get your playmakers, your skill position players in the best position in space to be able to succeed. So a guy like Christopher Johnson, right, who's a flat out beast and burner, will benefit from a guy like Shannon Dawson calling the offense, because he will receive some touches, all right, in the passing game, as well as Henry Parrish as well. But I think it's a good blend, because while Houston's offense was built, to have a prolific passing game, what's good about Miami is that it's built like a power spread. So you can be a high octane offense. Okay, so what I'm going to say right now is Miami's going to release the octane. It's going to be a revving engine next year. It's going to be revving like crazy. All right, next season, and you could also be a smash mouth offense as well, because you got the horses and the personnel to do it. So I'm really excited about the situation. I do expect a lot of points to be scored next season. The fact that, well, more than likely, we haven't gotten word yet, more than likely, at least while this episode is being recorded, more than likely is Shannon Dawson, Coach Dawson, will not just be the OC, he'll also be the quarterback's coach as well, because he has a history as well of working with quarterbacks. So that's great for Tyler Van Dyke, who was undercoached last year, and you had a bit of a disconnect between the offensive coordinator and the quarterback coach, who were totally different. Okay, one was a quarterback coach, which was Frank Ponce, and Josh Gaddis actually coached the wide receivers and not quarterback. Having the OC and the quarterback simpatico is fantastic, because it is very good for maintaining continuity in the offense, and nothing gets lost in translation, because the OC and the fact he's also a quarterback coach, and the quarterback can be completely in sync. I'm super excited about this. Okay, I expect, again, with guys like Tyler Van Dyke, our running backs, our tight ends as well, athletic guys like Elijah Arroyo, Jaleel Skinner. Okay, I do expect Riley Williams, okay, who's coming in this year as well. I do expect them to eat and feast off this offense. I expect Xavier Restrepo, Ray Joseph as well to be very successful in this offense. Colby Young as well. The wonderful thing about this is, now, since you have an offensive coordinator that's a bit pass happy, at least will be a bit more pass happy, I believe it'll still be like maybe 60-40, 55-45 pass versus run, because, again, you are your offense, and you are your history. I do think that the wide receiver position will get better, because now these wide receivers are going to benefit and love the fact that they're going to be in a pass happy offense, like an air raid-ish type of offense. Guys like Gary Bryant Jr. may now seriously consider looking at Miami. JoJo Trader will seriously be looking at Miami as well, which is the wideouts. Okay, the ones that line up out wide in particular are a position of need. We're good at the slot. Okay, we have talent stacked at the slot, but we really need are pretty much guys that are burners on the outside, and also you can high point the ball to and be able to come down with it, get some big yards, and also score some touchdowns. So I'm really excited. Miami is, from what I predict, is going to be much better on offense. Then again, nowhere to go but up, and comparable in comparison to what we had with Gaddis last year. Okay, so I'm excited. The Miami Hurricanes fan base has just had an injection of energy, so this is fantastic as well. I'm excited about the D coordinator and his style of defense coming to the table. I'm excited about the OC as well and his offense coming to the table. I'm excited for next year, so I think TVD gets a fresh start and could build upon what he had with Rhett Lashley. And I'm excited for our skill position players, because the offense will pretty much put them in space for them to be successful as well. But I'm also excited for the trenches and the running game, because I do believe that we will see a mix, all right, of the air raid offense, but with a bit of a power spread that is, lining up, go smash in between the trenches as well. Okay. So again, Canes fans, a great day to rejoice. I'm happy. You guys should be happy, because we finally got ourselves an offensive coordinator, and we have, I believe, the right guy for the job. Right, everybody? If you like what you heard, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to 305 Sports Now. Once again, I am Will. Stay safe. God bless. See you soon, and go Canes. Bye-bye.